I'm borderline emotional over this thing because how old are you? And 17. I wasn't doing anything near this at 16. David, I'm scared to even say what I was doing at 16 and 17.
Right.
Oh man, and to see them do this. I mean, and the product is phenomenal. And actually, truth be told, what Pete and I are going to address in a minute in terms of the pitch, this is actually the end result of what happens. Because basically, an elevator pitch only lasts you about a good 3 minutes. Your whole objective is to get a follow-up meeting, and this is the follow-up meeting. And they came in here and slammed, as far as I'm concerned, I know I'm not a judge, but they slammed dunked it. So judges, are there any, I see this.
I got a question.
Are there any questions? And how do you feel they did?
I thought you did an excellent job. What I'm interested in is you want to create a business, and you said that you want to go away and do what you want to do while being connected to the business, which I guess means you want to make sure that you are earning residual income, or it's making money even though you are not there. There are a couple questions I have for you. You mentioned some of your expenses in making the product, and I take it that is ingredients, jars and supplies and things like that. But I'm a little interested in, I guess what we call your fixed costs. The kitchen you would rent, the building that you would rent, where you would sell your product, because there might come a point where your parents say, I love you, but check you later, right? So have you thought about what the cost would be when you are not using your parents' abode anymore? Do you think your product will still make money?
I do believe that we have a phenomenal product, and taking that into consideration, we would have to raise our prices, obviously, to make up for those costs. Because we do want to have our own facility at some point, so we're going to have to pay those costs. So I think that if we raise our prices and continue selling the way we're selling and continue to expand and produce and sell even more with the help of anyone who would like to help, then I think that it's a very promising business. Yes.
Well, I was just curious, did you start out with a set dollar amount that you wanted to make off each jar? Because I saw that right now for your past year, you had a 67% profit margin, which is awesome. I'm just curious, did you start out with a certain profit margin you want to make, and then if you did, are you looking to increase that, or?
Well, originally we just started as a fundraiser. We didn't even have a business mentality. We just said, sell jars, get to London, and that would be it. It wasn't until the end of January, beginning of February, where we were like, this is going pretty well. And we kind of started back with just that fundraising mentality, picked up that business mindset. To this day, we don't have an exact margin, but we know that we do want to make more than half at all times.
So what's your plan to market in the future? Right now, you're basically selling to college, well, not college kids, but your high school friends. Whenever you can get into conventions and workshops like this, conferences, but what's the plan going forward? How do you scale it?
Well, the both of us, starting this May, will be dual enrollment students. And so we plan to expand from just high school to high school and our college, and then we plan to eventually, once our company expands and starts to grow, to
well, additionally, what we can do is with these opportunities, these are great networking opportunities. Let's say we meet someone here and they say, hey, I have a party coming up. We'll reserve and make arrangements with that.
I know you said you were looking for help. Are you looking for investors? And if so, how much do you need?
Well, what we discussed and talked about is that we we would like an investor, and what we would like is our cost for supplies to be taken care of. And we spend about $200 every week on supplies, and our profit is about $600. So we would like our supplies to be taken care of. That's basically what we're looking for.
That's cool. But what are you willing to give up in return for someone taking care of your supplies?
Like a percentage of the
Yeah.
company, like what? Yeah.
Yeah, we've evolved, which is quite interesting. You know, as we, as he rightly mentioned, you guys are beyond the average pitch.
Yeah.
So even what you pitch now should be different than what some people do at the beginning. A lot of people are pitching the idea of something they've just formulated, whereas you guys are now putting forward something you have perfected. And so really what I would say we could pour into you as a body is that you guys now need to start looking at we need to scale. What will it cost us to scale? Like you said, in order to scale, you're going to need a bigger kitchen because you're going to price yourself out, and you're also going to run out of space and time in your parents' kitchen. Okay, what is it? It'll cost us, $1,000 a week to meet, this particular demand, and you need to look at those economies of scale, and as well as how do we distribute this. So those are the kinds, I would say for you guys, next time you pitch to anyone, you need to know this is what we need in order to expand our business to 10 times its current size. At the 200 you spend, how many jars are you doing a week?
Approximately
120 jars a week. So to get to 1,200 jars a week, you want to be looking, and then our next goal is 10,000, 12,000 jars. You should have those numbers ready. Like, this is what it'll take. We believe we can expand to this number just in our immediate area or within where we can drive to. And so I think that's what we're able to give you now, which is going to be different from what we may give to someone else who isn't this far down the road. And those are figures I would definitely say you would want to definitely have ready.
I didn't really get an answer to my question. You got me? Okay. So in return for someone saying $200 a week, what are you willing to offer an investor? Because I hear a lot about things that you want. You want to go to London. You want to make this money. You want to expand. But what are you willing to give up someone to help you do that?
15% of our money.
Where do we get that number from?
So,
Say it again?
That was the top part. That was
Made it up
first
just
number.
then? That quick?
yeah, so what I would say is, you guys, what I would say is you come up with an excellent product, and I don't know who says this. I don't know if it's David or Eric or Confucius or who said it, but you guys have got a great product, and so a mindset that you want to take is for all of these questions that you have, you don't want to get ready, you want to be ready. You see what I'm saying? So this is really good. So you may have people who want to take you to help you get to that next level. So some of these questions we are asking you, I didn't really expect you to be able to answer them or to know them. Not because I don't think you're capable, but like you said, we're focused on fundraising. Now you probably, from all of these entrepreneurs, see the potential of a business. So these things that we are asking you, like Peter over there is saying, you want to go and start answering these questions, because anytime someone tastes this stuff, they're going to ask that question, and you want to be ready. You don't want to come from the top of your head. You want to be ready.
Particularly Dave's question.
Never throw a number.
That's going to be the question that can lock you into a relationship that you hate. If you deal with the right, shark, that Mark Cuban kind of shark.
Because you might say 15%. I'm like, well, how about I give you, 400? Let me get 30%. And you look at her, she look at you. You want to do it? I'm with it. Let's do it. 30%. Sounds good, right? But finding out, it's better to not answer the question. you're not prepared?
What would be an ideal